Hello and welcome to My Xbox and Me, episode 454. I am one of your hosts, MC Fixer, alongside a cast of Despawn's here. Hello, Despawn.
Hi, I'm here. I made it. I turned up.
Yeah, it's been a weird week. Like we were meant to record on Tuesday, like always. If people don't know, we record on Tuesdays. And then I couldn't do it.
I think you couldn't do it. Then
Matt couldn't do it.
Matt
weren't. Yeah, Matt couldn't do it either. And then so it's like, all right, we'll do it this weekend. And then you couldn't do yesterday evening. I was busy yesterday daytime. I actually wasn't busy yesterday daytime. I messed up my day because I knew I was busy today. This morning. Anyway, doesn't matter. This is My Xbox and Me, our weekly Xbox podcast right here on youtube.com/myxboxandme and all podcast services. I have to say this, and I have to say this with a lot of passion. If you want this show to carry on, we need your support financially. I think I underplay it every week where, you know, I try not to ever be pushy with money when it comes to with content and things like that. In this economy, we are full feeling it, and I understand that 100%. I understand it, but My Xbox and Me needs a little bit of help. So if you can, patreon.com/MCFixer, go support the My Xbox and Me at fan club tier. Yeah, we need more support. So if you do enjoy the content that we make, whether that is podcasting, live streams, reviews, anything like that, please do consider jumping over to Patreon and dropping a couple of bucks. You know, maybe you're someone who likes to go get a coffee once a week. Forget that coffee. Give me your coffee money. That's what I'm saying. All right, give it to me and the boys.
Where all the caffeine you need.
Money. Exactly. If we help you get through a hard journey, maybe to work, maybe back from work, maybe on the train, maybe on the bus. You look forward to that episode of My Xbox and Me being there on a Friday. I know it's not Friday this week, or a Monday. Please do consider supporting on Patreon. It helps more than you would imagine, and it is something that we need to start, you know, pushing a lot harder than we currently do. 12-hour stream is happening. We do have an agreed date. Do I remember the agreed date, Despawn? Do I remember it?
No, you don't.
No.
Do I remember it?
It's the 27th of April. We're going to be doing a 12-hour stream, so make sure you book it off. We're going to be raising money. We're going to be doing some forfeits. We're going to be doing a bunch of different things, all based around My Xbox and Me. We want to play games with you guys. We want to hang out with you guys. Make sure you book it off 27th of April, 12 p.m. till 12 a.m. GMT. Work that out in your time zone, and we will be around playing some video games. Topic of the show this week, Despawn. We have... I don't have it in here, but we were going to talk about Sea of Thieves. Sea of Thieves is currently the #1 game pre-ordered on pre-order. I said pre-order really weird there. Pre-ordered on PlayStation.
What?
Yeah. So Sea of Thieves is obviously we all know Sea of Thieves have come in to PlayStation. I'll speak for myself. I don't think I expected it to do that well, if I'm being totally honest. Like, I knew it was going to be... I knew people who hadn't got to experience the game before were going to enjoy it. It's a game from Rare. Like, why wouldn't that be something for people to be excited about, right? But for it to be the #1 most pre-ordered game on PlayStation has taken me back a little bit. How are you feeling about this news?
Colour me corrected. I didn't expect this to do great numbers either. But it does go to show that, like, maybe Xbox know what they're doing. Who knew?
Who would have thought it?
Who would have thunk, right? Who would have thunk? But yeah, no, like, the fact that it's, like, #1 bestseller, I think, of all time, it says, if I'm reading it correctly, is wild to me. But no, it's fantastic to see, and maybe it makes sense that this, like, new... like focus that they've got on making these like older titles multi-platform is the right way to go.
Well, yeah, I mean, I was very vocal about being against this. You know, this game coming to PlayStation, grounded Pentiment, Hi-Fi Rush Gun off of Xbox consoles in terms of them not being exclusive, but never because I didn't think they were good quality games and people should experience them. It to me was always about weakening the experience that you have on your Xbox, right? Because you're losing exclusives. Number one, I've been to Rare Studio, met the team that made this game. They are absolutely amazing human beings, some of the kindest people I've ever met. So I'm super happy for them that this game's getting to breathe and live on beyond where it was currently at. Not that I think it was definitely waning in popularity. I think that's fair to say. But not that it was a dead game, because it definitely wasn't a dead game.
I think for me, it's very much like you say. I think it goes into what like Phil said at that business preview. It was very much a case of they are looking at these games that have like maybe like starting to run their course on Xbox, so they're not seeing numbers going up anymore and like numbers are dropping, but they can see that there's a market for places for other people who haven't had chance to play it. Like, this gives them the opportunity, and it shows there are people out there that are excited for this game that haven't had a chance to jump in yet. Because like we say, pre-orders like through the roof. The fact that it's coming with like cross-platform multiplayer as well is fantastic. The fact that it's going to breathe life into this franchise. I say franchise like there's more than one game, but into this service game.
Still, I mean, does a franchise have to be more than one?
I mean, that's generally what a franchise is, right? Otherwise, it's just a game.
I mean, yeah. I guess you're right. I didn't think of it like that.
You heard it first, people. I'm right.
Wow. Yeah, it doesn't happen often, let's be honest.
I mean, it had to happen at some point this year, right?
I think this just proves people like myself 100% wrong, right? For even questioning what Microsoft were thinking and things like that, right? And the long and short end of it is it's going to make more money for Xbox, which it wouldn't have done on Xbox. And people like myself who are complaining and moaning online and being little babies, we didn't see the business side of things. Like, I understood the business side of things, we didn't see it. When it's no small feat to have the number one most pre-ordered game on PlayStation, no matter how it's done. Like, and that's at I don't actually know the price point. I will say that I don't know how much they've decided to put this game up. I've got another question for you, which would be, do you think this might be just a perfect timing when it comes to Sea of Thieves? Because obviously you've got a game like Skull and Bones out there right now that has people in the pirate zeitgeist again. And for some people, that's either a game they love or a game they do not like. It doesn't. Some of the experiences are not there in terms of, getting off the ship and the exploration out of the sea isn't there with a Skull and Bones where it is with a Sea of Thieves. Yeah. Has that just hit at the right time? So those people as well that are playing it on PlayStation to go, this wasn't really for me. I played the free trial, but I do love pirates. Oh, Sea of Thieves is coming out. Let me grab that.
Possibly. Like I say, we know there's like a market for this kind of genre. So like Skull and Bones, there are people excited for that. And we now know for a fact with the numbers that we're seeing, like Sea of Thieves, also a market for that. And I think maybe it is just that Sea of Thieves is a bit more fully fleshed out when it comes to what it offers across the board. So like I say, the naval combat, PvP, PvE, the fact that you can do like PvE only options, on land combat as well. Like, there's a ton of missions and stuff that is in there that it supports. And yeah, maybe it is just a case of that. Yeah, people got a taste for it from Skull and Bones and went, I like the idea, but the execution isn't for me. Let's have a look what else is out there. Then Sea of Thieves drops as a game that's coming to PlayStation, and people will be like, oh, maybe that is for me. And to answer your earlier question, it is only £40 on there.
So probably $50, right?
Yeah, like $40-50, depending on exchange rates. But yeah, so that's not a bad price to jump into. Like, for a lot of people, will be a new game to them.
Oh, yeah.
And it'll be a new game with countless years of content in there.
No, absolutely. You get the best. You're getting the best Sea of Thieves experience that you could get to date if you're playing it on PlayStation when that drops. Like, there's no bad thing to say about that, really. Like, it's a good thing. Like, the gamers are going to get to experience a fantastic game with all the bells and whistles, right? It's like what we used to have back in the day with, like, Game of the Year editions and all this stuff. Like this is kind of what a live service game looks like now when you bring it to a new platform. We're getting it right now with Final Fantasy 14 on Xbox, right?
We're getting the best
that game
version
comes
of it.
over, you are getting to play the best version of that game now.
Yeah.
Like the bug fixes are there, the content is there, I don't know this for a fact, but like just like small text. Oh, we made the text bigger. Just little stupid things like that quality of life fixes were all there.
Yeah, the kind of things that come from like, well, let's put close to a decade of people playing your game.
Yeah.
Yeah, all of the improvements that you make from that user feedback is now going to be there on day one for everyone who's not played it yet, which is fantastic. And yeah, I mean, as an Xbox fan, I'm excited by this in the fact that like it looks like the business side is great for this. In so much as like, yeah, Xbox are about to get a ton of get their 70% for every sale. Is fantastic for them. And yeah, and if I am reading this right, and it is like the most pre-ordered game ever on PlayStation 5, does that include beyond their own PlayStation first party games?
Where are you seeing pre-order like ever? Where are you seeing ever? Where we getting ever?
I don't know. I'll have to find the link again. Where is it?
Yeah, I'm not seeing. I saw a tweet from Benji Sales who says Sea of Thieves is currently the #1 best-selling pre-order on PlayStation Network in the United States.
Okay.
All
right.
So
okay. Yeah.
I'm not seeing ever.
Not seeing ever. Okay.
That's probably a bit far.
Okay, but ever in the USA. Okay, there we go.
No, still not.
Currently. Yeah. All right.
Yeah. No.
But still,
yeah, hey. Shout out to Rare, shout out to Sea of Thieves, and honestly, shout out to Xbox for making the smart business decision to make more money for the company, which we hope means we're going to see more quality first-party titles from Xbox. Because that's the point. I think that's where I'll get frustrated. Is like, you see these games go to other platforms, they make more money from them, but we don't see that then
trickle down into the studios to make the games they want to make.
Studios, exactly. Exactly. So, time will tell.
The one thing I will say, I hope this leads to them having enough money and time to actually release Everwild at some point this decade. Is that game coming? Has that game been cancelled? What's going on, Rare?
I don't think it's been cancelled, but yeah, it was definitely shown too early, obviously.
Yeah.
Way too early. So, yeah, we'll see what happens with that one. Let's jump into this week's dashboard and talk some news, shall we? Not too much to talk about this week, so kind of a short episode. But the first one is Palworld's first raid is coming soon, which is very interesting. Palworld, a game we played.
Yes.
We dropped off.
Yes.
Which I said we would. That's the one game that I say to I hate. Is like, oh, do you want to play a game? And I'm like, I wonder if we should get back into Palworld. I really want to get back into Palworld.
Yeah, same.
But right now,
finding the time, there are so many, like this year, like I thought like, oh yeah, this year would be great. Like be able to catch up with the backlog. There'll only be like a couple of big games. Unfortunately, those couple of big games are like 100-hour titles that we're having to play.
Oh, yes.
I'm looking at you, Infinite Wealth. I'm looking at you, Final Fantasy. I'm looking at you, Persona's like 60 hours. But still, that's a lot of hours, all right? But yeah, no, Palworld update.
I feel like this is going to be the game that I get to in December.
Yeah.
And like, there's a bunch of content there that I'm like, oh, this wasn't. Oh, this wasn't. Oh, this wasn't. Oh, this wasn't. That's where I feel like I'm going to get to with this game, where like all of these quality of life things will be there by the time I get there.
Yeah.
But I'm never going to get to experience this raid, am I? Let's be honest. You're probably going to need to be raid ready. You need the certain pals to a certain level. I've got to restart again and play it on Xbox if I'm going to play it, because Haley don't own it on Steam. It's a whole situation. It's a whole situation. Moving on.
But no, I mean, like you said, we talked about it like with the previous one. It's like, when we do go back to it, it'll be so cool to like jump in when everything is in there. They've like obviously early access at the moment, but like the fact that they're still adding in these big updates and stuff, because I know when it first launched it was very much bug fixes and things like that, but now we're starting to see these big content drops coming out. Like a raid is a big thing to add to a game like this. So yeah, I'm interested.
It's huge. I mean, they had their roadmap as well, obviously. that they put out, and we knew stuff like this was coming, but
Yeah,
it's good to see that it's coming relatively sooner rather than later.
Yeah.
Because obviously that player base would have dropped off humongously probably, and hopefully, obviously they made plenty of money, and they've come out themselves and said that. Did you see the statement they come out with? Be like,
too much money.
We've
Someone
made
buy
too
us.
much money for. They've made too much money for the size of their company now. They're like, what do we do, sort of thing.
Just keep making that game as best as you can and pay your staff. That's all you need to do.
Exactly. No, I totally agree with you and echo that 100%.
But no, I'm excited for this. I mean, this is probably going to be one of those things where I wait until that cross-platform comes, when they finally get that parity between Xbox and PC, and then
this is without PlayStation as well. Imagine when it drops on PlayStation.
Oh, if and when this drops on PlayStation, it will definitely drop on 1.0. Will definitely be a PlayStation release, I think.
I would have thought so.
I know that. I think PlayStation. I don't think we talked about it much, but I think PlayStation are a bit averse to putting early access stuff on there.
They have early access games though. They do have it. They've got a system in place. Like Xbox have their
the partner
system.
the preview. Yeah.
They have a system. They do have a system.
Yeah, I'd be interested to see. To see if and when it does come and whether it will be before 1.0. But yeah, I do feel that like the cross-platform release will be when I jump back in properly. We can find more people to play with.
I mean, yeah, I get.
I just finding time at the moment, though, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the hard part, finding time. Saber Interactive officially splits from Embracer. Saber Interactive have split from Embracer with at least 38 ongoing game development projects among the divisive assets and
Divested,
over 3,000 staff moving across. However, a number of key studios remain at Embracer, including Tripwire, how'd you say that?
Aspire?
Thank you. And Beamdog. The deal is initially valued at $247 million, with the buyer named as Beacon Interactive, a company set up and controlled by Saber Interactive co-founder Matthew Karch.
Karch?
Sure. Yeah, we'll go with Karch.
Mike K.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
You happy about this? Seeing companies finally get away from Embracer? I'm sure you are.
Yes, 100%. Yeah, like Embracer, the basically the worst thing that could have happened to the video game industry. Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Whoa, I don't know about that.
No, I mean Bobby Kotick is out there
crazy.
wandering the streets. Yeah, you're true. But no, I mean honestly, from what we've seen, what I've Embracer like done and gone through, like with obviously we talked about it before, the $2 billion deal that went through. Or went under, and then they've basically started hemorrhaging studios left and right to get rid of them and cut costs. It's nice to see a bunch of studios get away from that and be able to just, focus on making the games they want to make, and, have a bit of freedom from Embracer. But so overall, I think this is a positive move for those studios. And I know as part of this, there's a couple of other studios that have now subsequently moved over with that deal. So I can remember correctly the name. I think it is 4A Games and Zen Studios.
Zen does pinball.
So Zen do pinball and 4A do the Metroid series, the Metro series, sorry.
Oh, interesting.
So I think Embracer still have the publishing rights for it, but 4A have now been apparently it was one of the parts of the deals of the Beacon Interactive have the option to buy those additional studios. So the fact that Metro get to move away from any cuts and stuff like that is great.
Yeah.
But yeah.
No, Metro's a great series, and obviously Pinball's got its dedicated audience as well. Yeah, I'm anyone who gets away from Embracer is a good thing. So shout out to Saber. I hope that this means it will be successful for you, and that you get to, keep doing what it is you want to do. Yeah. We'll see. There'll be more updates on this Embracer stuff. I guarantee it. Yeah.
Do you think this is the first of many, or the first of few? Do you think we'll start seeing some of these studios get given the ability to buy the way out of the ownership?
Depends how much. I don't know how much debt Embracer had and how much money they needed to raise. That's going to be the thing, right? They're going to try and hold on to assets that they believe are going to make them a lot of money. They clearly don't see Metro, sorry, is a great game, but it's not going to get them out of the hole they're in, right? But that for that studio, it's a fantastic game, especially now without a corporate overlord, and then probably same thing for pinball as well. And like, no, I think you'll see more and more still to come, but they'll hold on to some of the bigger ones that can recoup the money they need to recoup. So.
Yeah, and I guess my second question on the back of this, I'm just going to ask. It's just a Q&A session between me and you.
Great, I love Q&As.
Great. So, how are you feeling? No.
Canceling? What the hell?
Do you see this as being a kind of a reversal of the rush to buy all the studios? Because we've seen this now with Embracer. Not as big an example, but Toys for Bob leaving Xbox. Are you going to start seeing these issues of like put a load of money into these purchases and then not seeing the returns? You be like, okay, maybe we let some of these studios that we don't see a massive future in, let them go off and do what they want, like buy the way out of these things. And do we start seeing more of these studios move back into the independent space?
Yeah, I would have thought so. I think Toys for Bob is obviously an interesting one, but like with what we're talking about here with Embracer, it's like, yeah, no, we don't work in this system, and then it's Embracer like looking at going, yeah, you don't work in this system. What can we get for you? Like, because clearly what we're going to get out of you isn't going to be enough for what we value you at. But yeah, I think you'll see more of this. I think the more and more games prices go up, and I hate to say it, but we are due for game prices going up. Again, I hate to say it. I know people are going to get angry for me saying that. I'm not saying I want that, because I definitely do not want that. I think Game Pass is obviously super important and things like that. But you've got to, even today, bro, I don't want to get too into it, but like the way life is right now, you have to be careful with the way you spend money, right? That's so important in business today. And I think that's where Embracer have obviously learned. I think Microsoft are learning that, and any big company, right? We're seeing layoffs left, right, and center, and like, if you're an asset that is not needed, you're going to be dropped or be gently pushed away. Yeah. And I think that's what we're seeing now, where, don't get me wrong,
sold to somebody else. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. Like, if we can offload you somewhere else and, it works good for you, it works good for me.
Yeah.
Why will they not do it? I can see definitely more of this to come in the future.
Same.
Next up, Dungeons and Dragons survival RPG Life Sim is in the works by the developers Disney Dreamlight Valley dev. So I don't know too much about this at all, but I did obviously watch Haley play a lot of Disney Dreamlight Valley and liked what I saw. Again, Disney, that world wasn't for me, but as soon as I saw a D&D survival RPG life sim in the works, I was like, yes, I like the sounds of that. So we don't know too much about this, but Gameloft Montreal is working on a new Dungeons and Dragons game set in the Forgotten Realms. It is described as a, quote, a unique and innovative experience blending survival action RPG and life simulation that will test players' skill in an unforgiving campaign set in the D&D universe.
Ooh, unforgiving campaign. Does that mean it's going to be more serious than the Dreamlight Valley-esque gameplay?
I would have thought so.
Yeah, I'm going to say, yeah.
Maybe a little bit. Maybe just a little bit. Maybe just a little bit. I'm really excited for this. This is
Mickey Mouse is a mind flayer.
More D&D games for me is a big one. Loved, obviously, Baldur's Gate 3. Everyone knows that. But more games in the D&D world and that structure, I'm all for. All for. And like I say, Dreamlight Valley, though we never got the review from Haley, which we're obviously still waiting for to this day.
Stretch goal for the 12-hour stream?
Don't even bother. I am excited for this, nonetheless. So yeah, good to hear. Good to hear about it.
Honestly, yeah, same. Like the D&D world, like what they've built over the countless years, is just such a rich world to go and jump into. Whether that be like using D&D's own characters and stuff like that, or like you say, actually playing D&D is fantastic. But yeah, just I'm interested to see how this is going to play. Like, is it going to be more of a, like I say, like a full-on action-based, like lots of weird, like combat in here, or is it going to be more of, like you say, like similar to Dreamlight Valley, where it is very much like building out your little valley? Who knows?
I don't know, I guess we'll find out when the game comes out in 10 years' time.
In 10 years, yeah. But no, I'm interested in this one. I'll keep an eye out for this one. For sure.
Me too. Last but not least, on this week's dashboard, Minecraft has now a subscription service. Minecraft has released a monthly subscription service just for Minecraft called the Marketplace Pass. Revealed on the Minecraft website, the Marketplace Pass costs $3.99 a month and grants Bedrock players access to a catalog of more than 150 different content packs, and from the Minecraft Marketplace, which is refreshed every month. Players won't need to pay for the Marketplace Pass to continue playing Minecraft as normal. The Marketplace is Minecraft hub for creator-made content such as skins, packs, adventure worlds, survival spawns, matchups, and textures, and other downloadable content. Microsoft will handpick 150 or more of the best that these include will be included in the my Marketplace Pass, and also give players a new set of content character creators items each month. Yeah, I struggled with that one. I do apologize.
TLDR, it's a subscription pass where you get access to a lot of the creator content from the Marketplace. Yeah.
My question is the creators seeing any of that money?
I would bloody hope so.
You would hope so. I think this is really cool, though. At the end of the day, I think, as we say, and as we've said, like, you need to see games continue to make money. Minecraft is a humongous game, a humongous series, obviously, and it's made a lot of money. But games like these, especially games like these, need to make a lot of money to keep companies going, right? And $3.99 is a very good price, to be fair. I don't think that's terrible.
If you are 100% in that kind of market, then yeah, 100%. Definitely. Like, if you are like a full-on, like, addicted to Minecraft, love everything about it, want to try out everything that the Marketplace has to offer, $3.99 a month, less than a coffee, perfect price.
Which
I think
you could give to us at patreon.com/mcfix,
and I will make you a MC Fixer skin in Minecraft, maybe, possibly.
That's too much work.
It's actually not. I did my own. It's great. It's easy.
Oh, okay. Maybe we'll do it.
Maybe we'll do it. But no, it's cool.
But yeah.
What were we going to say?
Good. It's the same as you, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
It's cool. I'm glad to see the game still monetized. They already had something, not the Marketplace Pass specifically, but they already had like the Realm stuff already. So yeah, this just seems like the extension of that, which is cool. I remember I was a big Minecraft player back in the day. Console. Yeah. Not PC.
Oh, I did both. Like, I love it. Like, I wish I could spend more time on it. Like, I would love to get into all of the mods and stuff like that. Like the Pixelmon one and
Pixelmon. They got like story modes and stuff like that in this and stuff. It's
some of the stuff that the community out there makes is wild. And yeah, like, I think giving a chance to spotlight some of those creators, like, is putting them in the Marketplace Pass, and then like letting people get excited about their creations is cool. And like you say, I imagine with it being like a curated list, then obviously Microsoft are going to pick some of the best things that you can put in there, so you get access to that. And like you say, with it be curated, hopefully they are paying those creators additional fees from what is made from there. So yeah, it'd be awesome to see like creators get spotlight in this as well. I'm excited for it.
Agree. This finish off. Let's jump into Fix's Sack this week. Remember, you can email in my Xbox and me podcast@gmail.com, or you can hit us up in our Discord. Everyone join. It is in the description below. Everybody is welcome. We talk video games. We hang out. We have a good time. First one says, "Hey boys, hope you're having a good week."
Yes.
Just on last week's topic on the Xbox preview, the partner preview, was a bit disappointed to hear your takeaway from this. Saying stuff like, quote, "Do you even remember the developers other than Bandai and Capcom?" End quote. And, quote, I didn't like the show as the games weren't for me." End quote. Was a bit disrespectful. How did these two companies become big? by making games, everyone needs to start somewhere. Your take seems to lean heavy on the casual gamer mentality, and I don't think you realize that your words have a impact, being that you are part of the industry. Yes, the games may not speak to you, but a team put their heart into something, and it's great. It's great that Xbox is able to showcase one's passion. Loving the new extra show, and you're gonna be really upset because there's no extra this week. Loving the new extra show, and this year really feels like the evolution of my Xbox and me. Paul is fantastic new addition to the team, and the in general effort you now bring is evident. 5 stars. I use Amazon, so I can't review from Killberry. So yeah,
Firstly, does your nan use iPhones? Kick her down the stairs.
True. Kick her down the stairs. Kick her down the stairs. Do you even remember the other developers other than Bandai and Capcom? I think I'm being a little bit flippant when I said that. I remember saying it because we all know Roblox.
Yeah.
We all like it's more a case of like I was talking about it from a third party. It was a third party preview, right? Partner preview.
Yeah.
And I was talking about it from a very much a AAA sense as well, meaning, like I said, I felt like we needed something at the start, something in the middle, and something at the end. Mm-hmm. By no means at all was I trying to be disrespectful or discouraging to any developers that were showing their games. But unfortunately, I'm not going to apologize for saying these games weren't for me, because ultimately those games weren't for me. That doesn't mean those games shouldn't exist.
No.
That doesn't mean that I was annoyed at the fact that I had to sit through them. But you've got to remember, we're having a conversation about the Xbox Preview Partner Program, blah, 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 whatever it's called, right? I'm trying to talk about it from my perspective. I don't think that I lean casually. Personally, I play a plethora of different games on a plethora of different systems, and I'm pretty well versed in knowing studio names and things like that, right? Mm-hmm. But sometimes you got to remember that we are making content as well, and I say this all the time to people, where like sometimes I'll take the devil's advocate position without even. I don't say it would get really boring in the content if every time I said playing devil's advocate, like there would be a comment about it every week, because I do that. There's 4 people on the podcast. If we all agree that we enjoy something, not this week, unfortunately. If we all agree that we enjoyed something, you need someone to be like, okay, let me think about something that maybe I didn't enjoy to give a counter point of view. And I personally think that's all that we were trying to do, or I was trying to do anyway, personally. But I didn't love the Xbox partner preview. It wasn't for me. And other than Roblox, and I don't know what the actual studio name is actually for Roblox, Bandai and Capcom, I don't know the other studio names.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean, but I want to make it very clear, that doesn't mean that I think they shouldn't exist. It doesn't mean that I don't think they should be showcased. I didn't enjoy what they showed because it wasn't games that I was interested in.
Yeah, and I mean, we both, like, I think there were different points in that preview where we both, like, I think it was I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head, I have to go back and rewatch it, but the game with that looked a bit like a Fallout Shelter-esque in a wheel thing.
Oh, yeah. The one that's coming to Game Pass. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
That one.
Alters.
I think it was Alters, but then I was like, is it though? Because that sounds like a weird name.
You keep talking.
But no, like, there was definitely games that I was super excited for, but there were other games that just didn't grab my attention. And again, I think what people have to remember, like, as well as, like, obviously this podcast being very much like we want to bring you the news and factual statements, we are also here to bring our opinion. And if our opinion is that, you know, we didn't particularly enjoy the showing that a preview brought us, we're going to say that. And it's not to take away from the work that the studios do, because anytime any studio manages to release a game, it is a miracle. Like,
absolutely.
Making video games is hard, very hard. Like, I gave up on it so fast because it was so hard. But yeah, having like having an opinion that like something isn't for us, like I don't want it to come across as disrespectful because I respect anyone who puts their creativity out into the world, and you know. But at the end of the day, we're going to give our opinion on what our base thoughts are on something.
I'm looking back at this Xbox partner preview as well, right? Real quickly. So
Go.
you've got, it was the Alters, by the way, but you've got Bandai, Capcom. I was definitely being flippant with what I was saying because you have Atlas, you have Square Enix. Of course, we know these developers.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like Atlas gave us a expansion for Persona 3. I love Atlas. I think Persona's a great series, but Persona 3 isn't for me.
That's fair.
I love Square Enix. I'm currently playing one of their games for the last 40 hours, being Final Fantasy 7 Remake. Rebirth. Thank you. Final Fantasy 14 Online is actually for me, but I just don't have time to play it. But, you know, I can't... It's not as easy always to say all of that in a hour-long conversation when you're trying to go back and forth. And you've got to remember, my job, as much as my job is here to do the podcast, right? There is an art to podcasting that isn't just you and a friend talking, especially when you do it over online like we do, right? My job is, and Deesman will know this as well, I have to sometimes, let's move us along. This segment's gone too long. Let's bring Crush into the conversation. He's not spoken for a while. Let's bring Matt into the conversation. He hasn't spoke. Like, there's more to it than just getting my opinion out there.
Yeah, you got to shepherd the conversation more than just have the conversation.
Absolutely. So yeah, please, I hope nobody else took it, especially my developer friends, didn't take it as anyone being disrespectful. I thought the Xbox partner preview was pretty good, but a lot of the stuff wasn't for me.
Yeah.
And like, on a AAA front, I was hoping for more from other than just Bandai and Capcom. So, and then, we did get more because we technically got, you know, Atlas and
Square.
And there was more there as well, but that's neither here nor there. But I hope I answered your question. I hope that it gives a little bit more context to the way we speak about games on the podcast. And it never comes from a place of malice, even when we're being critical of stuff. Never comes from a place of wanting to be disrespectful, but our opinion is our opinion, and we're always going to put that out there. Always.
The one last thing I will say is thank you for the compliments. It has been a blast joining this podcast, and I'm glad that people are seeing the effort that we're putting in. So, thank you.
Yeah, you've done all right since you come in.
Yeah, you know.
Would have been a one-man podcast today.
It'd been a weird-ass podcast.
I've done it before. I'll do it again. Next question is, follow-up question. What is the next video game IP, not just Xbox, that should get a TV show or movie? Also, okay, let's do that one first, then we'll carry on afterwards. What is the wait, let's just part.
I think it's two-part to that question. Yeah.
Also, you get to select the network/platform, and if you wish, the lead actor or actress to play the main character. From Big Willie P. We do appreciate you, Big Willie. Oh man, that's a hard question. We get these quite often actually about TV show adaptations and films. And it's a bit boring one, but I do think Gears has to be up there right now.
We know it's coming.
Series. I know it is coming eventually.
Are they just waiting for Batista to be old enough to play Old Man Phoenix?
No, I don't think so. It is weird that we never... I know we have had Final Fantasy films, and obviously now I'm in the Final Fantasy world a lot, right? But it's strange they didn't do a Final Fantasy 7 film.
They did.
Was it an actual 7 film?
Yeah.
Oh, it sucks then. It must have really sucked.
No, it didn't.
Okay.
It is like it's an animated movie, but yeah, it is.
Oh, I thought it was live action.
No, they didn't do a live action one, but no, the it's basically the sequel to the original Final Fantasy 7. So it carries on the story after Final Fantasy 7 ends. And it is genuinely amazing. You should 100% watch it. I'm pretty sure it is on YouTube if you go looking for it. Or find it in legitimate sources as well. But no, that is fantastic. Live action though, I don't know. I think because Final Fantasy leads a bit too much into the kind of like the anime-esque combat, I don't know how I'd feel about that being a live action version of that.
You seen Creed 3? That's pretty much an animated film at this point. And bro, that film is like, it might as well have come straight off of the anime screen. Crazy.
Yeah.
I think, I mean, the problem is I'm thinking about Final Fantasy a lot right now. So that's always going to come top to mind. Other series that I'm really... A Fable film or TV show would be pretty good.
Yeah, I'd like to see something a bit more in the kind of like fun, like fantasy realm. Like, did you ever watch the Willow TV show that was on Disney Plus?
No.
Okay.
Unfortunately not.
It was good. It got cancelled after one season, but yeah, it was all right.
Soccer.
Yeah, Disney. Love them, right? So I would say maybe, Fable would be a good shout, not on Disney Plus. The question is who? Prime. Prime don't seem to cancel a lot of shows. They seem to let their shows run a bit more, which is nice. I'm interested to see what the Fallout one's going to be like as well. I was going to say what would be good is a TV show where they continued the reboot. So did you see the reboot version Tomb Raider movie?
Yes.
I would like that as a TV show with the same cast. Like,
interesting. Okay.
Continue that story as a TV show, maybe. Or just do another movie, continuing that again. Like, I know they've said that, I think, because the license agreement between who owns it for, like, adaptation has moved on now. So, yeah, I don't think we're ever going to get that sequel for that movie. But I enjoyed that film. I think it was okay. I'd like to see, like, a bit more of a, like I say, more of a high-action version. Like, just a bit more budget behind it. Do something more interesting with that story and carry it on.
You don't want to do that with TV then, do you?
I mean, you say that, like, the way that Netflix and Prime are throwing money around,
true.
like the Fallout TV show, Last of Us as well on HBO.
I still haven't watched it.
Mate,
I haven't watched Last of Us.
You need, like, honestly, like,
I know.
Xbox podcast and all that, but it's so good.
Yeah, I know.
It's so good.
One day I'll get there.
I'd like them to make a Halo TV show. Like, I think that would be really good, but I don't like. Because, you know, they've not made one of those. Because I don't agree that...
This one.
Nope, doesn't exist. Doesn't exist.
Apparently season 2 is good.
Apparently it's better. That doesn't make it good. Apparently there is a...
Okay. Someone says good. Someone says good.
I mean, to be fair, because I don't want to be flippant after the original question, like, I've not watched it yet, so I can't have an opinion on it. But, yeah, that first season was tough going, let's just say.
But Master Chief took his helmet off.
I know.
Okay.
We don't talk about that, but yeah.
Next question comes from Wheelie Average, who says, do you think that in 5 years we will still look back on Xbox current change in the direction as a good or bad thing? A successful or failure, similar to how many of us felt differently about day one PC releases. Originally, but we would never want that to change back now. I definitely think you hit the nail on the head, which is I was adamant against the PC stuff. I thought it would water down Xbox as a console. I was wrong about that. Obviously, being a majority PC player nowadays. I think you've hit the nail on the head there with, like, you know what it's like for gamers, and especially for me as a person as well. Change is not good. I don't like change. I like things stand exactly as they are and understanding it and things like that. And, you know, something happens and you push against it. And I think that's what I did with the news of the exclusive games coming to other consoles. I am very open and happy to admit that I was wrong about that, especially after talking about CFEs at the top of the show. And I think you've hit the nail on the head here with PC. When things were coming to PC, I remember having a meltdown about that as well, being like, why on earth would I buy an Xbox? Why on earth would I bother investing in this ecosystem? And now look at me, you know, we're 2 generations on from that, and we're just like, oh yeah, got console downstairs, got the PC upstairs, you know, everything works across the board, boom. But yeah, no, I think we will look back at it as a success, and I think we will look back at it thinking, man, we were so stupid to worry about this. Like, games should just be put wherever. I do think the way they are doing things currently is the way I would hope to see them carry on doing things. Mm-hmm. I want exclusives to still exist. I want there to be a reason why I buy a PlayStation, why I buy a PC, why I buy a Switch, why I buy a Xbox. And I'm okay with there being exclusives, especially from PlayStation on the other side as well, coming over to Xbox. But I do think it should be a timed thing where it's like probably about a year a year plus, and then we see things come. But yeah, I do think we will look at this in 5 years' time, being like, "Oh, what a great decision from Xbox! Smart, smart, smart."
Yeah, I feel like this is Xbox getting ahead of the curve, mainly. Like, it is very much a case of, I think Ubisoft, we talked about them in the past, how they're very much like, buy your games wherever you want to play them, and then your saves will transfer over. I think that's great. I think we've had this a few times in the history of gaming. Obviously, things coming to PC, digital only. We've had like people pushing against digital, and now the only way to play games mainly on PC is digital. Like, Steam is basically the gaming marketplace for PC gaming.
And Epic.
Who? Never heard of them.
Oh yeah, carry on.
Oh, the free game store. Yeah. But no, it is very much a case of like, I think this is going to be a good thing looking back. Like, we've seen from the Sea of Thieves news that it is definitely the best play for that game. And I'm sure we'll see it from Hi-Fi Rush when that starts coming, Grounded as well. We'll start seeing, like, there'll be people out there that want to play these games wherever they want to play them. And I think, yeah, exclusivity will have a place, but I don't think it's going to be as big a place as it has been over the last few generations. I think we're going to start seeing that muddying of the waters going forwards, where it makes sense. And down the line, I genuinely think that, yeah, exclusivities will eventually go away and everyone will be a third-party publisher, and it'll just be, what device do you want to play on will be the overall question. Is like, is it going to be, which controller do you like the most? Is it the PlayStation controller? Is it the Xbox controller? Where do you want, where's your history of gaming? That'll be the main choice, I think. And yeah, in the future, like when it comes to those future generations, it'll basically be everyone will be on PC or mobile or Switch or Xbox or PlayStation. No matter where you are, you'll be able to play with your friends. Like, the fact that multiplayer is cross-play is basically going to be the future as well. I think this is just Xbox coming ahead of the curve. I think it is going to be a good thing going forwards.
Fair enough. All right, let's plug, and get ourselves out of here. Decent, we got to plug this week.
I'm going to plug the patreon.com/MC at the My Xbox and Me fan level tier. Come and get your name at the end of every video. We do that. Yeah. That's the thing. You can be on every video. You can get access to a cool selection of things as well. Like, we do the live streams sometimes, so you can see those when we do the live podcasts. And yeah, so you can come hang out with us, and yeah, we will try and get a ton of cool stuff for you guys out on there. And yeah, help us make new cool stuff. Obviously, the big 12-hour stream coming up at the end of next month, where we'll be hopefully raising a ton of money for the channel so we can get an editor, we can make a load of new projects that we want to make. Cough, my D&D and me. Cough. Sorry, I had something stuck. I had like a D20 stuck in my throat there. I don't know what that was about. But yeah, like, come and support us. Obviously, every little bit helps if you can. But yeah, just keep showing support. Obviously, like and subscribe every way you can as well.
Absolutely, yeah. Go make sure you go check out. I'm assuming we're doing Baldur's Gate tomorrow. So come check that out as well. I've seen the numbers be kind of low. A lot of effort goes into it. So if you're able to, 7 p.m. GMT, hop over to twitch.tv/myxboxandme or youtube.com/myxboxandme. That's where we are live, 7 p.m. Enjoying some role play and some Baldur's Gate and just hanging out and having a good time. So yeah, make sure you go and check that out.
Personally, my favorite content we've been making recently.
Yeah, no, it's fun. It's a lot of fun. It's just a lot of fun.
Like, I said it on socials, but the absolute chaos of the first 3 episodes that we put out, which you can go check out on the VOD, is some of the funniest stuff I've done this year. So definitely go watch it. Like, if you are even a passing fan of Baldur's Gate and idiots, we got you.
Just idiots. I don't think you even need to like Baldur's Gate. Just idiots.
You know what? Yeah, no, you don't even need to like Baldur's Gate. We will make you like Baldur's Gate. Because of how fun
Baldur's Gate is just kind of there, right?
It's just, yeah, Baldur's Gate exists so that we can be the idiots that we are.
Exactly. Until next time, we will love ya, leave ya, see you later, boys.